Welcome to Life in the Bricks podcast, where we talk to real people about programs that enhance our community so that we can build bigger and better portfolios while providing options for our residents to achieve self-sufficiency. I'm your host, Tony McGinnis, Executive Director, CEO with the Huntsville Housing Authority. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to another broadcast of Life in the Bricks podcast, where we talk to real people who are doing real things that affect our community in a positive way. It's been a while since we've been on air, but we're back and we have a very special guest with us today. I'm actually excited to talk to this young lady about a program that I have a lot of love for. This is a program that I've been trying to get to Huntsville for nearly 20 years, and we finally got it here, and we're growing the program. But more importantly, the young lady who's doing the program is, awesome. She just goes above and beyond to make sure the program runs smoothly, and I have a great deal of respect for her. And so I want to welcome to the podcast, Miss Jackualyn Deanes. Welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. You're talking about you have respect for me. It's the respect for you. But yes, I'm excited and thank you for having me on this podcast.
Awesome. So Jackualyn, so a lot of people just tell people about Jackualyn Deanes, where you're from, and what motivates you to do what you do. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so yes, my name is Jacqueline. I am actually not a resident of Huntsville. Huntsville is now my home. I've been here for some time. But what moved me to Huntsville is A&M. I am a two-time graduate of Alabama A&M, where I majored in social work. So before that, of course, I was actually born in Charleston, South Carolina. And then as a young child, I moved to the best city in the world, also known as Detroit. So yes, I am. That's my hometown. Forever love Detroit. And right now, I'm here in Huntsville. I have two children, a wonderful husband, and that's me. Yeah.
So when you start talking about just being from Detroit, being from the Motor City, are there some things that you feel like help connect you to social services, and why that role, and what made you get into the role of social services?
Honestly, it was my mom. Moving from Charleston, South Carolina to Detroit, Michigan. A lot of people don't know much about Charleston, but for my mom, moving to Detroit was actually a better opportunity rather than staying in Charleston. But now in hindsight, you look back, you're like, are you sure about that? But yes, that was a great move. And basically just seeing her work. I mean, just she wanted to provide better for her three children, along with my stepfather. But really, it was just like I said, my mom, her just working every day, countless hours, and for her, Detroit was so much better. But she challenged us to do better. But along the way, she picked up some additional children. Like to this day, they're still like, you know, they calling us sisters and brothers. And it's because now she wanted everyone to do better. And now I see that. You don't, what may be good for me may not be better for someone else, but whatever it is, just help them along the way. And that's what my mom always did. And just to see people smile, I like that. Everyone always talks about I'm always smiling. It's because my mom was like, give someone a reason to see you smile. Make yourself smile. Um, so hardworking. She was a hard worker, so I mean, she embedded that into me. But it's just because what comes through with hard work,
Awesome,
greatness,
man.
right?
I appreciate you sharing that, because you know to hear that the role model was in the home, not somebody that was untangible. is oftentimes what people, that's who they model themselves after. So I'm glad to hear that. So how long have you been with the Huntsville Housing Authority? And if you don't mind, just how did you get here?
Yes. So first, let's give me a round of applause. It's actually been 2 years. I think about last. So 2 years. But what made me say it's time for me to move to Huntsville Housing Authority and become an employee is YouthBuild. I heard about the grant announcement, and that kind of actually made me look up what is YouthBuild, what is that. So just hearing about the announcement and then learning about that was something that I wanted to be a part of. I've always had a passion for helping youth, especially those at 16 to 24, because that's that population where unfortunately we tend to forget about that population. Especially if they haven't committed to some school or have a plan, it's like, well, they're hopeless. So being able to help youth between the ages of 16 to 24, being able to help them just get a new path of life, that's something that I want to be a part of.
All right. And so you came here from the workforce industry anyway. And,
Yes.
how has that role helped you prepare for the role that you're in right now?
Well, actually, some of the youth I've helped their parents before, or they've known me from my previous employment. So it kind of helps because they know what I've done in the past, and they've seen that, hey, listen, if I'm trying to give up, Miss Jack is not gonna let me. She's gonna go that extra mile. So even if it's, I really wish I could have a job, but I don't have an ID. Okay, well, let's work on getting that ID. Even if that means me getting in the car, taking you to go get that ID, you know. So, and that's what I did previously. What is stopping you from working? What are the accommodations? Well, I can't do this because of my accommodations. We implemented those accommodations, put it in place, and got them work ready.
So we've heard about Youth Bill. What actually is Youth Bill? What is it? Give us more detail about Youth Bill, this awesome program you've been talking about.
You feel is just an all around service. I mean, anything that you want and need, we're able to help you reach those goals. So you feel, like I said, we help or we serve youth between the ages of 16 and 24. If they're in need of their GED or high school diploma, we're able to get them that high school diploma or that GED. We provide services between the hours of 8 to whenever. Reason why I said that because they may call and say, "Hey, I need some help for job tips for to get a job for interviewing." So we're providing job interview skills. We're getting them work ready. They're able to get their GED or high school diploma, but also earn a certification, which we know that certification is real. That's needed right now. That certification could be in either advanced manufacturing or construction. So, and as we see, buildings are just going up in Huntsville right now. So having that certification is putting them at the top of, getting a job.
You talked about these certifications. I often think about Huntsville and where we are as a community, and we do a lot of recruiting to get people to come to Huntsville to be able to take advantage of some of the jobs that are out there. But when I think about training and getting folks ready, how important is Youth Build to the community as it relates to getting especially young people 16 to 24 ready to walk into the job market that we are faced with today?
So one thing is we're relatable and we're personable. So I mean, you may come in with little to no confidence, but what we're doing is we're being that support that you may need or that you probably thought you didn't need it, but just being able to help you build that confidence and get out there. That's what you feel is all about.
So y'all do more than just kind of work from a textbook. You mentioned earlier that it's from 8 to whenever. A typical day when everybody's busy in the summertime. What does that look like for a young person coming into the program?
YouthBuild is really all about hands-on. So you're going to get those GED services, but also we're going to take it outside of that textbook, and you're going to have that conversation. Supportive services doesn't look like we just giving you a piece of paper and saying these are the resources. We're taking you to those resources, to those community resources. Guest speakers are coming in where you can learn about whatever it is that you're interested in. We have field trips where we're taking you. You want to know about welding or construction, let's take you on that work site so you can learn about it. So not only is it in the classroom, we're also taking them outside of the classroom.
So I'm excited about construction in general, but the skill sets that they receive in other areas is very important. I once did workforce development before I came back to the housing authority, and they talked about how hard it was to give those young people those soft skills, those soft life skills, and it was so hard for them to be detached from their phone. Uh, you know, Talk about a little bit of the soft skills that you're able to provide for these young people in the Youth Build program.
Listen, that cell phone is still a situation. I just want you to know. But what about tying that tie? That's what we're helping with. Mock interviews, job. We're helping them with resume building. We had one student that did not know all that had to go on the resume, and that's fine. But they didn't know that their address or their phone number was supposed to go on it because their reason was they're gonna, they're gonna know where I stay. I had to tell them that's right. Maybe they'll mail you a check. They need to know where you stay. So we once again, the soft skills is important, but just being able to develop that relationship with our students in the youth because they don't know. So just making that connection with them.
2 years you've been in the program.
Hmm.
How many young people have we been able to register for this program? Being a first year program, the first time starting this program in Huntsville, how many youth have we registered for the program?
30 students. We 30 students, and we have been able to get about 10 to, I think, I want to say about 12 students certified in OSHA. So they have their certification in OSHA. We have 5 students that have completed their NCCER certification, and that's for construction. We have countless of students that have either set for the GED or passed a portion of the GED. So yeah, we're making great strides.
Do you see that the young people are receptive to the program? Um, how do they feel about Youth Build? Are they receptive?
Yeah, they don't want to go home. It's like, we have it even when we're trying to give them a half a day. They rather stay there. They want to stay in the classroom, which is, a little different because what's different between this classroom and other classrooms? But it's just, just being personable and having those relationships with them. So, yeah, I'm saying that my students enjoy it, but I'm also challenging others to come and just spend the day in the youth field with us.
So relationships matter, right? So it's not just putting the program together. You got to have people in there that'll draw folks or young people to the program. So it's exciting to hear that youth want to be there because they know that uh, they're becoming who they are going to be. Do you have an example or a few examples of just without sharing names
Mhm.
of some personal success stories that have really touched your heart a little bit?
Yes, I do. I'm so happy you asked me that. So I have one student, and first I'm going to tell you the results and how we got there. So this student now has their certification in OSHA. They have their learner's permit. They're actually now doing the hours for their driver's license. The student's also working and saving up and learning how to budget, how in the process of getting an apartment. Before the student, when they came in, they weren't speaking, they were extremely shy, and the idea of just detaching from where they were was just impossible. I mean, even if we were going to be 2 minutes late leaving for the van, they were like, well, I don't know if I can do that. Let me call my parent. I mean, it was just the confidence was low. They just wasn't really willing to do anything. But now they're looking for more, that, and that's what I'm just really proud of, because I wish I could share more, but when I'm telling you, we didn't even know how to walk and chew bubble gum, and now we're like, do you want bubble gum? And we're skipping. I mean, that's a success. I just, like I said, I really wish I could tell more. We had one student that reading, they couldn't read, couldn't write, couldn't spell their first name, let alone their last name. I mean, it was evident. But now we're writing in cursive, and now we have a full-time job. So, and we're also certified in OSHA, and we they have two certifications for NCCR. They're still working on that. They're actually about to go for their driver's permit. So, I mean, it's just like everything before. Well, and that's when they lost their parents, so they just really were just starting over from, I don't know where to go and what to do. They thought that they were being homeschooled, and to kind of find out that student was never in school. So now the student's working towards getting their GED. So, I mean, success just looks different for everyone, but it's that milestone that I just look. I appreciate it all.
Man, that's powerful. That's good to hear because that means the program is really making a difference. Anytime a young person goes from just not having any confidence to being a leader, that lets you know the impact of what you all are doing over there in YouthBuild. To see the amount of children you have in the you know this being a brand new YouthBuild program is exciting. I know we had some high expectations, but now we can kind of go back and calibrate, see where we are. Because one thing that I really truly believe is that we got to get back into the trades, and this is one way to do that through construction and advanced manufacturing, and really giving these young people an opportunity, a real opportunity to take advantage of what the city and the industry has to offer. So we appreciate that so much for you just kind of pouring into these young people, you and your staff, for
Yes.
what you all do. And I know that we're supportive because I just truly believe that if we can find a way for these young people to work and to make a decent income, the sky is not the limit for them. They will definitely thrive. They will be, first generation to have a trade or go to college or whatever that looks like. So this is a great program. Let me ask you this: how can other young people get involved at this point?
I mean, give me a call. Send me an email. My contact information, I can give that to you. But seriously, go on the website, um, on HHA website, and just learn more about YouthBuild. Of course, my contact information is there. And just a little plug. This is new for Huntsville, but the YouthBuild is nationwide. It's international too. So, I mean, you may be the first in Huntsville to do it. So, like I said, if you've tried other ways of getting back on the beat path, this is probably the spot for you.
And you talk about that. That's very key because this is not something that we just made up. I mean, the program has been around for over 75 years, if I'm correct.
Hmm.
It's in several other cities throughout the states. And I mean, to have a collective organization like this is funded through the Department of Labor, and it gives us an opportunity to really prepare the next generation of leaders. And so we want young people to get involved, man, because I really truly believe that if they can get skilled up, they will do better. They will break some of the generational cycles that we've seen in our communities. They will have more confidence in themselves. I'm actually starting something hopefully here in the next few weeks with Drake State to really promote Youth Build and the trades, because I think if young people can start using their hands again, they will start building this country again, and the youth are our future. We hear that all the time, but a prepared youth will go so much farther than those who are just trying to figure it out. And I think what you all are doing is helping these young people create opportunity and pathways for themselves that they didn't even know about, that they didn't even understand. So we definitely appreciate that. So do you need more support from the community? How can the community get involved in supporting Youth Build?
Listen, I love support. We always need support, not just for us, but for our youth. Just how can the community help? Just be available. Those community resources that I was talking about. I just right now what we're working on is making sure our students are aware. We have financial literacy. Mental health is mental health awareness is really important. Um, be a guest speaker. That's what I really want. Like I said, it's one thing for us to talk about it, but just be able to shake hands and see these are the people, these are our community leaders. I would love that if we can take tours. If you want to come tour Youth Build either, or we just want you to be able to say, Youth Build, and that our students know you and know the community.
And when we talk about community support, we're not just talking about organizations who, man, we need these young people working. We need them volunteering. If you got an idea that you want to pass our way to get more youth involved, we have spaces for them. We want them to be engaged to a point where um, they are just starting to see themselves differently. It's not where they are right now, but it's about where they can be in a few years from now. So we definitely need the support of the community. Tell us this, man. What do you see your long term plans being for Youth Build and the program?
I want Youth Build long term to be the first referral that everyone thinks about. That's it. Because I mean, the program is doing what it's supposed to do, and just being able to have our youth in this program, have youth in this seat, it can go a long way. I also wanted to say that I just want people to come in and just talk with our youth, because I want them to see they're our future. You know, they may be community leaders one day. So really, what I see for Youth Build is just it being a household name. Being an option for all youth.
So, in other words, we talk about programs. I'm a strong believer that we got to have more for that demographic of young people, 16 to 24, especially those who've dropped out of school, who have finished high school and just don't know what their next step is. I think that's a very critical age because, you know, they're still at a very impressionable stage of their life. And if they can find some opportunity that would allow them to get over the hump, to see a brighter future for themselves, then they still have a chance. It's 24 years old. You think you're knowing everything, but you have so much more life to live. And I think the community needs to understand the importance of a program like Youth Build. And if we have young people that are listening, or parents who may go back and look at this podcast and wonder if this is the right fit for my child, I'm telling you it is,
Is
because of everything that they're going to get from the program, the tangible and intangible benefits that they will receive are going to be a blessing. Now, another question would be, as these young people receive their certifications and they go through the Youth Build program, are there any incentives that you provide for them as they go through the program?
Oh yes, stipends. They are able to not only just stipends, but let's say if they need those work boots for their new job, we're able to help with that. Any whatever the resources, we're able to help. We're able to help them with interview clothes. So yeah, I mean, we have it all. Like I said, we're not here to do the job. We're just here to support in every way possible.
What about the summertime? We started a new initiative for the not only those young people in Youth Build, but young people in general. How is that going with the students being able to attend Youth Build and have a job? How's that going?
Yes, summer job. So guess what? That means that now they have some work ready skills. Now they're learning how to work. So that it's going well though. Just to answer that question. Yes, the students are able to make wages of $12 an hour, 32 hours a week. So that's helping them to kind of put that extra money in their pocket. Also helping them with whatever barriers that they are having right now. And it's helping them to overcome those barriers with this summer program, summer job program. So and I want to thank you for putting that in place, because I've had parents come to me and just thank me. And I was like, don't thank me, thank the executive director, because we needed it. That was something. Everything's going up, those school supplies, school clothes. So thank you for that.
Well, that's awesome. And again, you think about a program that's going to help a young person recreate themselves,
Mhm.
provide a stipend for them, and give them a summer job where they can make additional income. How can you beat that? This is game changing for them on so many other levels. And so we appreciate you for all that you are doing in this space right now. Go ahead and share your number if you or your contact information for Youth Bill, so that if anybody's listening on any one of these social media platforms, they'll have an opportunity to follow up with you. What's the best contact number and email address that young people can get in contact with you?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my phone number, which also accepts or receives text. So it's 256-797-9008. My email address is jdeanes, DEANES, at hsvha.org. So once again, that number is 256-797-9008.
So, Jacqueline, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, and you can text me. So yeah.
We have a few minutes left in the podcast today, but let me ask you this: if there's anything that you felt like you wanted the community to know about this program, if you had any final words that you'd like to share, what would that be about this program? What would you say to help me as somebody who might be on the fence figure out, as a student myself or as a parent, why I should be in this program?
Yeah. So this program, I know I've said it before, there's no judging and second chances. But, sometimes we're on the fence like, well, I had a charge or I've done this and I've done that. And that's fine. Whatever you've done, that's what you did. But when you come in here, what is your plan to succeed? I did have someone reach out to me before and said, hey, I'm on probation. I'm like, okay, you're on probation. They're like, well, can I be in the program? Yes. You acknowledge you're on probation. We can be able to assist you with that. You come into class, I can be able to send, or the case manager can send progress notes to the probation officer in any way that we can help. So I didn't know that. Yes, this program is designed for individuals who believe that there was no more chances, and now that they see that this is a chance for them.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Again, this is Jacqualyn Deanes with the Youth Build program. Please share this information on all your social media platforms. We need to get more people involved in Youth Build. We have so many opportunities for our young people to grow, and this is one of them that I'm strongly. Um, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Youth Build program. And Jacqueline, thank you for just kind of sharing with us today. We hope that young people who hear this, or parents who might hear this, will give themselves an opportunity to get that young person an opportunity to recreate themselves, because it's not just about getting a skill, it's about becoming a better person holistically. And so that's what we are trying to do with this program. So again, thank you for being on, and thank you for all that you do for these young people.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, give me a call.
Awesome. Well, this concludes another episode of Life in the Bricks podcast. We thank you all for listening. And again, if you hear this, you're more than welcome to share it on all your social media platforms, because our young people are so important, especially that age group 16 to 24, who many of them have counted themselves out. But this is a program that will allow them the opportunity to get back in the game and to win in life. So many people count our youth out, but this YouthBuild program counts them in and builds them up. So we appreciate it. Thank you all for listening. We've come to the end of the podcast today. Please share the link on all your social media platforms. We hope that you all will join us again next time. Until then, keep serving and keep pushing. This has been another amazing episode of Life in the Bricks podcast. Peace.